Hello, everyone. Here is Guilherme Rossoni, co-founder and CEO at Harpa Global. Thanks for joining us. And also I brought here today Peter Hawkins, our co-chair of the BCCC. So Peter, tell us about yourself, why you guys came down here to the team event. Let's get the conversation going. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Guilherme. It's just been wonderful to be here. You know, it's funny, coming to Santa Catarina, this is my fourth time in 16 months. And I was down for the Startup Summit, and then I was back down doing some business. Then I was back down for a wedding, and now I'm here again for FIN Brazil. And what I have found over and over again is I've discovered something new every time. So as co-chair of the Brazil-Canada Chamber of Commerce, what we try to do is make sure that everybody can connect. We're trying to find businesses in Canada to connect with businesses in Brazil, and businesses in Brazil to connect with businesses in Canada. And so what we have found here is an ecosystem and a business community that is absolutely ready to connect with international companies. And it's been very exciting to see them happen. I learn more and more every time I come.
Yeah, you're right. Thank you very much. I mean, it's been like a very good experience this whole week, I have to say. And talking with from the everybody that was with us during this mission this week was wonderful. We had like a lot of different experiences. We met a lot of key partners as well. So thank you very much for being here with us, doing all this support. So it's a real pleasure for us to represent Canada as well. So be inside of the booth. And what I would like also to ask you is, how is this mission going? How was like an overview about everything that we have this week?
You know what, it's been interesting. I've been on plenty of trade missions. And what I think is so special, actually, first of all, we used our Harpa Global system, and full disclosure, he is involved and I'm involved along with our partners. And so it's been wonderful to have this particular platform, this trade mission platform, that allows us to communicate effectively and to plan effectively and to make sure that everybody is reaching their goals. With that said, we had a beautiful big booth here. We had the largest delegation at FIN Brazil. And in this particular trade mission, we had some companies that all the way from a startup creating games to teach people how to make games that can produce games in a month and sell games in 3 months, from Simple Studios and Gareth Horn. To we had Andrea Gardelli, who has Alcance Solutions, and she's developing very interesting research models that she can use for large and small companies to look at the Latin market and see where risk lays. We have Marcelo Sarkis, who has Prima IP, and Prima IP is an intellectual property protection company. He is a Brazilian who's lived in Canada for many years. He's from this area, and then it's been fantastic to see him reconnect and find many of his partners down here. We have, of course, the Harpa Global team. We have Izok, and Izok, of course, is Heniki Bilbao and Alessandra Hoffman, and they do business consulting. We have Raquel Beauchat with Canada Startup, and she does business consulting, soft landing in Canada, and lots of participation at different incubators, and some really unique things that can happen. We had Mohawk College with Sabrina Diaz, who has been able to really promote her wonderful school and make sure that people know there are options in Canada that are not so crazy expensive. And then, of course, we have Contract AI, which is Taylor Francis. He's a carpenter by trade, and he has actually created an app that allows for safe legal contracts between both the contractor and the client. And like Uber, you can rate them. How good were you and how good was your client? That's always an interesting thing to see. In addition to that, there's a lot more. And of course, I feel like I'm missing some. But we have a very special one, and that, of course, is MyTax. Gina Soparlo from MyTax. MyTax was a big sponsor of many of our companies here, and we couldn't have really done it without her. They made their presence known because of the money that she was able to find for them. What am I missing? Yeah, I feel like I'm missing some companies in there that we should have remembered. Off the top of your head, can you think of any? Well,
we're still
it'll come to us. We had a lot of them, and I've been
a long week.
Exactly. It's funny because in front of us there's a poster with all the logos, but on the other side of the poster is the rest of the logos, and I can't see them. Well, there's Mellowhawk Logistics, which is Arno Mello and my company. It's international shipping company. We're a primary sponsor of the event. and more. There's certainly a lot more that we're grateful to have.
Yeah, we had a very good experience during this week. I mean, the whole team was very involved in coming down here and then do business. It was very interesting to be part of this group. Thank you very much for giving this opportunity.
Do you know what I think we should make clear too? So we had probably overall 600 people come to the booth. It was super busy. I was counting until I stopped counting. And they came and they stayed. And the only cachet we had was, of course, our Canadian brand. And we know that the Canadian brand always stands for reliability and accuracy, friendliness, and durability and quality. And I think that's something we can really bring here. However, I want to stress the Brazilian brand. And the Brazilian brand is innovation, dynamic, exciting, early adopters. It's something that Canadians can learn about too. And so I'm hoping that we can bring the alegria of Canada into the alegria of Brazil, because we really want to find ways to make both Canadians and Brazilians understand each other, communicate with each other, and do business with each other. Because one thing I want to stress, the Brazil-Canada Chamber of Commerce, our requirement is that we network and make people join, but we really work at the sub-federal level. We are not talking government to government, although they get involved all the time. What we are talking about is business to business. If you have a business and you want to put forth your agenda through your commercial endeavors, we will help you. That's what we want to do.
Peter, thank you very much. It was a great experience to be with you during this week. Thanks for everything. Really appreciate that for being part of the team.
You are very welcome. And I got to say, this could not have happened without Guilherme. Guilherme was working after hours all the time. He was making everything happen all the time. It really was incredibly valuable for us. And of course, we can't forget, we have Antonio and his.
You're right. The guys have you behind the camera, man,
who are making this happen. And without you folks, we couldn't showcase our wonderful country in this beautiful country. So thank you very much.
Thank you very, very, very great.
Great.
Thank you, guys.